Daughters have house to themselves when father leaves, comes back after a week. While the parents leave for a much-needed vacation, the daughters had the house to themselves and weren't honest about what they got up to while they were alone. It felt like the constant worry had ruined their entire week. And on top of it all, he knew there was something going on, but no one would admit anything. So, when they finally came home and saw the truth, every part of him wanted to break down and cry. Chip Schoonovers and his wife, Karen, loved their North Myrtle Beach home. The ocean breeze was irreplaceable, and the beach was always beautiful. But even if the southern climate was great for any December, they still wanted a change of scenery. There was just one problem. Even though their 3 teenage daughters Holly, Halise, and Haley were kind and trustworthy, it would still be the first time leaving them alone for so long. Chip couldn't help but feel a stab of apprehension. Even the best kids could have parties, but it was more about who or what would unexpectedly show up to them. And these were just the worries on the mild end of the scale. Still, he and Karen both needed a bit of getaway time. So, they laid down some firm ground rules as well as told their oldest daughter, Heather, who was already married and moved out, about what was going on. Little did he know, there was already a secret plan in the works. It was mostly because of the unusually bright smiles on their faces, as if their parents leaving was going to be the best thing ever. Chip wasn't an idiot. Something was going to happen even if there were rules. So, 3 days into their week-long holiday, his hands were itching to open their home security app and check the footage. His wife scowled over her morning coffee and warned him not to cross the line. It was hours of torment. He knew he would never be able to relax if he didn't check once. There was just one catch his wife threw in at the last moment. He could only look once and she got to keep his phone for the rest of the vacation. He had to know. So, he opened the footage from their simple front porch camera. What he saw made his jaw fall onto the floor. The front lawn was a mess, garbage everywhere. The backyard camera was even worse. Their sofa sat out in the middle of the yard, surrounded by even more trash. What was going on? Chip immediately called home and tried to play it cool. "Is everything okay?" he asked. "Yep. Everything's good," Holly answered. He couldn't believe it. His daughter just lied to him. However, that was the end of the conversation because his wife swiped the phone away, said bye to the girls, and hung up. What she said next nearly knocked him off his seat. Her attitude was that as long as when they got back, if the house was like they left it and nothing had been burnt to the ground, it didn't matter. And, who knows, maybe they were doing a bit of cleaning for them. Chip wouldn't see the truth until the next day. T took all of his strength not to barrel over the speed limit as they were going home. But the surprising thing was that when they finally pulled in the driveway, all the mess was gone and was even a little cleaner than they had left it in the first place. His wife shot him an "I told you so" look. But that wasn't all. The 4 girls joined them to welcome their parents back. Even their eldest Heather was there. The giddy girls lead him and his wife into the house, and it was just inside the front door that Chip saw what had really happened. And it made him want to cry. It was like walking into a new house. The old ratty kitchen and living room had been totally redone, everything fixed or patched, new paint on the walls and cabinets, and even new furniture. But it didn't end. When they got upstairs, they saw the entire second floor had been redone too. "How did you do this?" Chip asked as he held his wife, who was crying happy tears. It turns out the girls did have a plan. They wanted to do something extra nice for him and Karen. They wanted to give them a special Christmas present. So, they had been saving up their money for months so they could buy the new furniture. As for the house's overhaul, it was just as impressive. The girls did admit that they struggled and didn't get much sleep through the week. They had bit off more than they could chew, mostly because those home renovation television shows made it look so easy. They even had to call in other friends to help them get it done on time for the grand reveal. Chip looked around his new, pristine home with 2 conflicting emotions. He was so touched and overjoyed at the amazing gift, but he was also embarrassed because of his initial reactions and pang of distrust. Not only had he learned a valuable lesson, but he had been reminded of just how amazing his family was.